Today I'm going to walk you through preparing a Metaprobe 2.0 for sampling. So gloves first, then you're going to want to sterilize your workbench area. We use a 10% bleach solution. This is the cotton roving, and you're going to want to cut 3 1-gram size pieces of cotton. You can either use a cotton sheet like this or cotton roving, which comes in like a long strip. There I've got my 1-gram pieces, 3 in total. So you need 3 for each Metaprobe. And we're going to wrap each of those pieces of cotton in about a 10 centimeter long strip of medical gauze. So there I've got a piece of gauze, I put the cotton inside, and I roll it round, not too tightly, but tight enough that it kind of holds together. And then I'm going to loosely secure that in the middle with a zip tie. Loose is really important here because we want to be able to just slide the zip tie off after we've used the sampler in the field. So we don't want it too tight where it makes it really hard to get off, but we want it just tight enough that it holds it together. You'll find that middle ground with a bit of practice. I'm just repeating that for the other 2 pieces of cotton, and there you can see I've now got 3 prepared pieces, rolled up pieces of cotton and gauze. Now I'm going to get the actual Metaprobe, and we put the Metaprobe together using zip ties again. You want to make sure you have a top and a bottom piece. You want to check to make sure they fit together first, and then we're just going to here put in the first zip tie very loosely, and then we're going to go in and find some more of the holes in the Metaprobe that line up and put another zip tie through. I'll typically do 3 zip ties per Metaprobe to hold it together. This can get a bit fiddly, but again, I'm keeping them loose to start with because I still need to put the 3 rolls of medical gauze and cotton inside the Metaprobe. So I've got 2 there kind of acting as a hinge, and now each piece of cotton and gauze rolled up goes inside like that, and then you kind of just close it a bit like a Easter egg or a nesting doll. Get the zip ties to kind of go in nicely. And then I'm going to take a 3rd zip tie and secure it closed. A good tip here is to not put a zip tie through holes in the Metaprobe that are right at the edge. If you do them a couple apart, like you can kind of see in the video, it'll be easier to use your scissors in the field to cut them open. At this point, I'm now going to tighten those outer zip ties on the Metaprobe so that the Metaprobe is secured enough that it doesn't open. So there you can see it was still too loose. It opened a bit, but not so tight that I couldn't fit a scissor underneath each one out in the field to cut it open. And there you can see it doesn't come apart, but there's still room to fit scissors underneath each one. I'm going to cut the tails off the zip ties because those are just make it a bit hard to package. And now I'm going to attach the D-ring. So this is a carabiner D-ring with a locking mechanism. I typically slot this through 2 of the bigger holes on one side of the Metaprobe. The idea is it makes it easier to attach it on and off a line in the field, and is just a little bit more of a secure attachment. And there you go, that's your finished Metaprobe.